Hello and welcome to new Friday Reads video. I know it's not Friday, it's Saturday. But I thought, I didn't manage to get this done yesterday, and I thought better late than never. And so here it is, my very late Friday Reads video. This weekend I'm reading a couple of books because I'm really bad. And one of them is Alexis Hall's Prosperity. The book just came out. It is Alexis's latest novel. It is set in the Victorian era. It's Victorian steampunk, and it has a first-person narrator, Piccadilly. Very, very charming. He is very young, 17 or 18. He's a bit of a cheat. He seems to live on the streets, and things are happening, and he falls into what seems to be bad company. Yeah, that's how far I've got, and I'm really looking forward to this one. The other book I'm reading, and I hope because my Kindle is acting up, I hope I can switch to it very quickly. Right. The other book I'm reading is Threshold by Jordan L. Hawke. This is the second book in her Wyborn and Griffin series. It is gay romance, and she mixes that with horror and mystery elements. I have to admit, I don't really care for the horror elements, but the romance is so sweet. She pairs two very unlikely characters, and it's just really nice to see their relationship develop and grow, and very nice. And there are several more books in the series, so that's also good. The other book I will be working on this weekend is A Midsummer Night's Dream by Shakespeare, because that is one of the course texts in both of my courses this term, and we will start discussing it next week. So as the teacher, I naturally have to be prepared. And I really like this edition. This is the Shakespeare, a Penguin Shakespeare edition. It's relatively new, I think. I like these very fun covers because they just make you want to pick up the book and start reading it, which I think is good. If you compare these covers to the Norton, I think it's the Norton Critical Edition. The Norton Critical editions are very, very good, academically speaking, but oh my god, some of the covers are just so awful. Take Gaskell's North and South. That cover is so drab. It just looks grey, and it doesn't. You don't really want to pick up the book and read it. Even I love that novel, but in that edition, I know I'm shallow. That's me. I love pretty covers. So anyway, but I didn't just pick this because of the pretty cover. I also picked this edition because it doesn't have footnotes, it has endnotes. And as we will do a lot of close reading this term, I thought that it might be much more helpful to have large chunks of text on a page rather than these itty little bits and loads of footnotes. And besides, most students don't ever read footnotes anyway, so so Midsummer Night's Dream. And I also got this very, very, very interesting non-fiction book this week. It's called Home by Francis Pryor, A Time Traveller's Tales from Britain's Prehistory. Pryor was one of the archaeologists on Time Team. He is an expert on Bronze Age and Iron Age Britain. And this book is, as far as I can tell, it's basically about everyday life in Britain before the Romans came. And yeah, it's just I've just read a few pages, but it's so fascinating. And Pryor seems to be such a character. At least that is how he came across in those Time Team episodes that I've seen. It's just, yeah, he seems to be a very nice man, and at the moment he is breeding sheep, which is an interesting combination, I think. Yeah, if you are interested in history or archaeology, I can highly recommend Time Team, that TV series. It was a British TV series. I think they showed it on Channel 4, and it was basically about archaeological digs. The team had 3 days to dig a site, and it's just so fascinating, and it gives you a wonderful insight into history. And what I've discovered is that the archaeologist's view on history often differs from that of the historian, which is interesting. Yeah, interesting. And I will also have to do some work on this fellow, which is my debut novel, The Lily Brand. It originally came out in 2005. It was released by Dorchester back then. I plan to re-release it next week. Fingers crossed. And I have to do some proofreading still, because there are a few scanning errors in the manuscript at the moment, and I've discovered there are also a number of grammatical mistakes that slipped in during the copy editing process back in 2004, 2005, and there are also a number of typos that I want to get rid of. So, proofreading. I hate proofreading. I also hate reading my own stuff, because I always think the imperfections of each story are so glaringly obvious to me. So it's very uncomfortable. But, well, I won't get around it. It has to be done. And so that's what I'm going to do this weekend, and that's what I'm going to read this weekend. Yeah, tell me what you're reading. And I see you soon. Bye bye.